Hello, my dear viewers. I'm Phoebe. Welcome to my painting time-lapse, where I introduce you to all the stages of struggles I went through in order to portray other artists' OC in my own way. My newest attempt was inspired by Risa Art's 14K Draw This in Your Style challenge. Starting this piece, I was feeling overly confident about my sketching skill. I wanted to try out if I can jump to rendering without a concrete line sketch. So I went and started blocking out rough shapes with bigger brushes and thinking about the overall light and dark composition right away. I tried to become a cool artist, and I ended up completely screwing up my process. Later on, my brain just cannot feel an ounce of confidence without a solid line guidance. For now, I was happily envisioning a regal white-haired lady chilling in front of a huge moon. You can see here that I've already started to have issues with the leaves and her clothes. I've always wanted to draw leaves. I had made a piece before for Giant D's Draw This in Your Style challenge 126 weeks ago. I don't understand why Instagram decided to show time in weeks. But this is my take on that challenge, and you can see for this character, I had to draw leaves for her hair. Even though I spent hours figuring out how to draw so many leaves, once I had a workflow, it almost felt therapeutic. So I was rather happy that I got to draw more for this. But since my last attempt was 126 weeks ago, I lost my feel to it, and I couldn't decide on which I should focus on first. You can see me jumping back and forth between her clothes and the IV placement. For her clothing, there weren't much to go off of since the original piece only had a shoulder showing. I thought easily at first that I will just design the front side for her. 2 hours into getting stuck at creating fabrics, I realized I was so bad at this. I was so stuck that midway I attempted to save this by redrawing a line art in Fresh. It's so ugly I can't. Went back to salvaging. Thought the only thing can show some hope was a decent face render. It's so bad that I restarted again. I don't think I can draw. sudden panic hit me when I realized that I forgot to sketch in the ivy vines, so when I overstressed about something, I naturally had to over-render them too soon. Don't worry, I didn't end up using any of this plants in the end. I was able to sketch out a design pretty quickly here, so of course I had to completely redraw it later. Continuing with a little more face rendering to relax. Went back to war with her clothes. Trying out a more realistic background vibe, likes it better than before with clouds and everything. A proper crescent moon. I was feeling that the previous arm decoration looked too heavy, almost like an armor piece, which was not the vibe I was going for. Redesigning the pattern to make them look more like embroidery. Just as I was editing, I realized there was a huge jump in the recordings. There were more iterations that aren't recorded. Sometimes I had to delete the time-lapse saved in my Clip Studio Paint file and create a new save without the old accumulated time-lapse so my file won't get too big and end up lagging too much. I went straight into drawing after taking a break while the time-lapse file was deleting, without checking record time-lapse in the new save. As a result, I could only dig out some images and quickly show you what I worked on during the missing footage. Here I'm mainly trying to bring more focus to her eyes and face, and also draft up my first sketch for her necklace. I wanted a fancy earring because in the original character, her earring is phenomenal. Then I tried to make her skin tone less ashy, in a way, to reinforce her face as the focal point. After that, it was the time I decided to really nail down how these plants are supposed to go. Also, I improved the earring design. Then I gave lighting to the ivy vines and convinced everyone to work with each other. Everything is pink now. At this point, the clothing was becoming too vague and too much in the fog. Therefore, I did a sketch over the top. Okay, we're done with the missing part. Tried to add framing? I promised you I would redo the veggie again. Here we go. Let's go redo it again, shall we? You can see here that I just brought my old drawing of her clothing back and color adjusted them to fit into this new pink lighting. After bringing back the old clothes, I figured I should just redo the new arm jewel design. I was rethinking about the metal armor again. Didn't work. finally let go of the metal piece and settled on the softer decoration. From this point on, it's just endless detail rendering. It was the most boring part for me to draw, and I'm sure it's gonna be tedious for you to watch. I'm really grateful that you've been staying till now. I only included this final part for people who are really curious about how these details are made. So please feel free to skip to the end for the final version. you made it. Thank you so much for sticking around till here. Hopefully, by sharing my 18 stages of struggles and despair, I can give you a little hope and courage on your adventure to conquer the art gods. It would be my honor to grow and learn with you. Thank you again for watching, and hopefully we shall meet again.